And welcome to the third episode of Friday Fire. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot. And today we're going to get right into Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius outlook for the next week or 2 weeks. And we're going to jump right in. And we're going to start off with the sign of Leo. Pull out that sun and that fire. And let you take a moment and look at all of that fiery energy that Leo brings. There are no planets in any of the fire signs this today. Okay, so we're going to it's just straightforward Leo today, right? The other day there were a couple of planets in Pisces and some of the other signs, but today it's pure Leo energy, Sun and Leo energy that we're going to be reading for. So let's get right into it. I already was shuffling off camera, so just going to do a few more. Take a moment to, you're here for a reading. So take a moment to take a breath, take a look at the cards, lock in, enjoy the reading, enjoy whatever you can take from it. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it on the table. This is not going to be for everyone. It's not going to be for every Leo. Cross watchers, you're welcome. This is also a reading that could resonate with anybody who has Leo in their chart. So sun, moon, rising, Venus or Mars, right? So let's cut your deck, Leo. We're going to get right into it. If you like my readings, you enjoy them, you get something out of them, please check back next week because my love readings are coming back. I'm going to put her right there, Leo. And we're going to take these, retire them for now. Yes, the love readings are back. So next week, starting at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, I'll be reading Tuesday night for the air signs, Wednesday night for water, Thursday for earth, and Friday for fire. Each their own video looking specifically at your love life connection. Let's start right off. Page of Swords, Leo, Two of Wands, Page of Cups, Seven of Wands, Page activity. Very young and new and fresh. Okay, there's a new freshness, a new love. There's something you're wanting to go towards, though. I'm going to say right away, Leo, this feels like you're trying to reinvent yourself here. Now, we start off, my readings, I start off with just the basis line here. So we just got your basic. We're going to go deeper as we pull more cards. But this feels very much like you coming in new, coming in fresh, coming in excuse me, already starting with my throat chakra, coming in with a new sense of confidence. But when I say new, a very sort of like beginner, childlike almost. You want to take it, you're trying to take things all the way back to the first step. Two of Wands energy, Seven of Wands. You really feel like you've had to work pretty hard at something, maintaining your patch, maintaining your sort of square of stability. And you're ready to tackle a particular endeavor with this new sense of clarity. You're coming in. I want to say that Page of Cups is there. You want to give somebody a token of love. Two of Pentacles is just flipped. I'll take that. There's some stuff going on financially, Leo. You're definitely juggling a lot right now. Two of Pentacles, yeah, it's a little bit chaotic. Your paper is there, but you're doing a lot for it. You probably have a lot of little jobs. So it does feel a little bit like a struggle right now, but let's see. Let's go deeper into this message. Magician energy is there. Five of Cups. Oof, yes. There was a regret. Moon energy and Eight of Pentacles. Absolutely. Bottom of the deck, we have that beautiful Page of Pentacles. Another page. So 3 pages, right? Showing up for you, Leo. This is an energy of, again, kind of starting over, starting fresh, starting new, right? Beginning, right? Vibe. Energy, magician energy is here, moon energy is here. Almost feels to me like you're trying to recapture perhaps a lost love here. Five of Cups energy is there. Yeah, feels to me, Leo, you have been in a place in your life recently where you've really been working. It's really been about your work. It's been about sort of a bit of a struggle of sort of getting back on your feet and maintaining that, getting your stability and maintaining that stability. You've had to do a lot of work. You've had to do a lot of sort of, I want to say like consistent almost tedious work, day by day by day, chipping away. But you've gotten yourself into a place now where you feel very refreshed, renewed. You feel young again. You feel vital again. And there's something you're moving towards with an extreme amount of passion. And I believe that that's something as a previous connection that you had with somebody that you really missed. You lost that, right? Something went on. It could be that, for instance, you may have separated from somebody. You guys may have moved away from each other. You may have gone your separate ways, right? But there was always this kind of like, oh man, that's the one that got away feeling, or I missed them. You mourn that. And as you went away, you did all of this work. You got yourself on your feet. You financially are doing much better. A lot of page, new activity. Some of you may have gotten new jobs in the last year or two, last several months even. You may have started a new job, and that's increased your confidence. But you're trying to come, I want to say for you, it feels very much like you're trying to come back to someone. Now, for some of you, it may not at all be coming back to the person that you miss. It may just be that you miss that relationship. You miss what it was. And you see that now that you're renewed, you're in a different space, you're ready to sort of move towards somebody else. Page of Cups is there. There's an activity here, but it's light. It's flirtatious. It's very light and flirtatious. It's very sort of like beginner. It's just the thought of like, putting yourself out there, letting somebody know you're interested, that you find them attractive, that you want to spend a little bit of time with them. It's not, it's not anything heavy. But yes, I feel strongly that for some of you, you definitely have kind of come back to the magician that you are. There may have been a period of poverty for a little while. You may have been doing pretty, you may have been without a job, or you may have been in a sort of situation that just wasn't very stable, right? Very stable, very healthy. And you've kind of worked really hard to get back to that place. Nine of Cups, yeah, there is a love, that connection that you had with somebody that was just really blissful. But it never quite made it to that steady state. It never quite made it to that permanent state, that 10, that completion, but everything up unto it, right? It feels to me like you're working to get back to that. Four of Pentacles, there was definitely a period for you of instability financially. Yes, that was definitely an issue. It's like you may have had difficulty like sort of really, getting by, paying bills, taking care of things, taking care of responsibilities, but you have sort of gone away and really worked at that. That 8 is strong. You've really worked. Yes. Yeah, there was a lot of toxicity. There was a lot of sort of, I want to say, there was a lot of toxic thinking going on. So whatever you were going through, and this is like a previous period to right now, whatever you were going through really caused you, not only did it cause you to be, to have an unstable financial sort of, scenario, but it was filled with a lot of dark sort of toxic thinking, negative thinking. Here we have the Hermit coming out, flipped over, negative thinking, okay? Toxic thinking even, no clarity, you were probably in a place where you really very much felt like this was not your fault, or, that, you weren't in a space to necessarily take ownership, take responsibility for changing it, because we can only change these difficult circumstances from within of our own actions. And so finding yourself binded there, sometimes that toxic thinking came in, but you turned that all around with Hermit energy. Definitely went away. You cut off all ties from friends, right? But this love connection still vexes you. This love connection that you still want, you're turning back to it. Two of Wands is there over that. I'm going to pull one more for that. The Fool. You want to start all over again. You want to start back from scratch. And it's really sort of, I'm going to say, let me take a sip of water. It's really sort of, now you feel like you're ready. You know what I mean? You're feeling like you're very much ready, because you have kind of dealt with your money issues. You dealt with your financial security. You're kind of back where you should be. Leo, you're a very fiery, dominant sort of sign, right? you take you're the sign of pride, and healthy pride. It can sometimes turn shadowy, like with any other sign. Their assets can turn dark and be shadowy. But when you are exalted, Leo, you are pride and you are self mastery embodied because of your good work and because of the effort that you put in. And so, even when you go through these difficult times, this difficult time that you had financially, and also I want to say that maybe you needed to do some healing emotionally and mentally, you definitely worked through that. And yet, and all through that entire sort of work that you did, that entire space that you were in, you still kind of, pined away for this relationship that got away, right? And now that you find yourself back in your exalted state, now that you find yourself really back on top of the world again, you want it back. It's as simple as that. You want it back. You've been very off to yourself for quite some time. And I want to say that you're unsure, though. Moon energy is there. You're a little bit unsure. You're apprehensive. You have a little bit, I don't want to say it's anxiety, but you're definitely like, I want it, but there's a little bit of, not darkness, but just like you're not getting all the information, and you're not entirely, you're going to do it. But you're just worried, not worried, but a little bit concerned maybe that, is it what I hope it to be? You don't want to be disappointed, I'm going to say, right? And also, I think to a certain degree, you're a little bit unsure of how to go about getting this connection back. Let's pull it. Spirit of the rabbit. Spirit of the gargoyle. Wow. And spirit of the jester. Well, the rabbit, sex, spring, fertility. Surely, yeah. There's definitely going to be a lot of, I want to say, passion for you. Leo, listen. We all know you are definitely, when it comes to sort of sex and animalism, attraction, pure carnal animalism, you are at the top of the list when it comes to zodiac signs for that. Doesn't take very much to get you going, Leo, right? However, this energy is definitely with you. Some of you, watch out. When that spirit of the rabbit comes in, fertility, pregnancy is out there. So if you want that, wonderful, great, but if you don't, watch out. Spirit of the gargoyle is there. Now, the gargoyle energy can go a couple of ways. Sometimes it's intimidation. Let's see, can we get this? Sometimes it's intimidation, but sometimes it's being the protector and the guardian. And I feel here this energy is that of protecting, right? You kind of want to protect this connection. I want to say there's a feeling here that, yes, again, because we're going to put them right over there, spirit of the gargoyle, over that magician. Yeah, while you were working on yourself, in your mind, you were still holding this connection here. Guarding over it to a certain degree, keeping an eye on it, right? Spirit of the gargoyle. Now, we also have spirit of the jester. Now, this is an interesting card. Thief, trickster, okay, hustler. Watch out. That energy is there, okay? Watch out for other people, and watch out that, game playing, okay? Playing games with people. Spirit of the jester, don't get caught up in the game playing. Remember why, again, this is a strong reading for a Leo who's really come through a lot of self, reflection, introspection, a lot of hard physical work, took a couple of new jobs to get themselves back square, stable-wise, but pined away to a degree for a previous connection that was lost, and wants to make that connection again, wants to start from the beginning again, start all over. However, remembering why the connection broke up in the first place, and be careful not to fall into old habits. And I fear that some of those old habits is a lot of game playing between the two of you. All right. Trickster behavior, trying to hustle each other, ego play, right? So watch out for that, because that spirit is still there. And it needs to, the relation, if you're trying to get an old relationship back here, that relationship still needs to heal from its own toxicity. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. This is Leo for this Friday, the third episode of Friday Fire. Take a moment to look at the cards. Pull out the images that speak to you, that resonate with you, the symbols, if you resonate with this reading, and that'll be your talisman totem for the week. Remember that when you see, feel, or in any way are made conscious of that talisman, again, it's just a little sign to be in the moment, to remember what you gleaned, what you learned, perhaps, what helped you, to apply it, to be in the moment, to take a breath. All right, guys, so I'm going to take up first our oracle cards, and we are going to get into the next sign. My clarifiers, nice reading. Good job, Leo. This is definitely a Leo who did a lot of internal work. A lot of internal work, and really like stepped up to the plate to take care of business. I always love to hear that with anyone. All right, Leo, we're going to take you away and bring out Aries. I'm going to bring out that Sun and Fire again. Again, no planets in Aries today. And as you take a moment to meditate on those beautiful energies, those fiery energies, Aries, the baby of the zodiac, I'm going to shuffle your cards. This is the third episode of Friday Fire. It's like, almost feels like, I mean, it's already 3 weeks in. So I love doing these series. As I said, if you're interested in any of the other elements, Tuesday, air, we do the air signs. Wednesday, water signs. Thursday, earth, we do all the earth signs. And today, Friday, each and every Friday, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, I read for the fire signs. So let's cut your deck. This is Aries. And see what's going on for Aries this week. Next couple of weeks, all really depends on the message and the energy. All right, we're going to put you right there, Aries. Take away the other cards, and let's get right into your read. 8 of Wands, wow. Queen of Wands, fire, Hermit, and the Hierophant. Oof. Yes, a lot of, listen, Aries, a lot of energy coming at you, a lot of people coming at you, a lot of sort of like requests, you know, information requests. A lot of the phone is ringing off the hook. The emails are coming in. People want your time. People want to know what you got to say. A lot of it is a little bit kind of like feeling right away here daunting. There's a degree of anxiety here, a little bit of anxiety, but you're firm. For the most part, you're irritated. You want to be left alone, you know, you're irritated, you want to be left alone. Somebody, the Hierophant is playing into this. Somewhere along the line, I want to say this might be your family, right? And you're kind of like, what? Like, leave me alone. I got this. We're going to go deeper. This is just the first 4 cards, base energy. But there's something going on here. We're going to figure out what it is. Where people are really all like trying to tell you what they think. Everybody's trying to tell you what they think. Everybody's giving you their opinion. You don't want it. And you're not there for it. Show me what's going on with Aries. Yes, Tower. Emperor. Okay, wow. Love connection issue. Wow, 9 of Pentacles. All right, 9 of Pentacles energy, making your own money. All right, right away. Listen. Excuse me. Take another sip. This is a deep reading. Aries. Okay, you got people coming at you, definitely family members. I'm going to say family members, friends coming at you about a love connection that you have. You're trying to hook up with somebody. I want to say this might even be about a marriage. I started to think that earlier when I saw the Hierophant. I got that vibe, marriage. Yes, like you're trying to get married with somebody. You're trying to get serious with somebody, and there are people in your life who don't like it. They don't like it. They're not there for it. I want to say there's also a strong, dominant, masculine figure in your life, maybe a father, even, or an older friend. I want to say who's like, what are you doing? They're in your face about it. I'm going to say you also have support. You do have support from other areas. They're worried about your money. They're worried about the fact that whoever you're hooking up with might be taking your money. You might be a very successful Aries, okay? This is a reading for Aries who's already definitely experienced success, doesn't have to worry about sort of financial stability or anything like that. There's a stability, a strong stability. You've done this on your own. And so, but you're trying to get somewhere with this love connection, and you're finding out of nowhere all the different people who just aren't interested. They don't want to hear about it. Excuse me. They don't want to know about it. They don't agree with it. You've definitely got issues with somebody again, a masculine figure, maybe in your family or in your close knit circle, that's like trying to get on your case about it. You also have another person who's kind of like, no, let Aries do what they want to do, right? You feel like really very much pulling away. Yeah, this is it feels like a very difficult family scenario, Aries, friend scenario, social circle scenario, where you're just getting a lot of flack this week for shit that, like, you don't even need to be getting flack for. That's really your business. Feel strong like that. Yeah, and you're connected with somebody, but this is really not even anything to do with them. This is really all about you and your connections with your family and your friends this week, right? And how you're trying to deal with it. I think for some of you, Aries, it's really throwing you for a loop. You're kind of surprised that some of the people around you are acting the way they're acting. Listen, it just came to me here just in the message. Some of you, this relationship that you're trying to get involved in may be very non-traditional. Okay, maybe something that the family's not willing to accept for whatever reason. You can think of many. There's a list of reasons why families will not like the person that you want to marry, whether it be bigotry or, homophobia, racism, discrimination, casteism, whatever it is, that's coming through to me. Some of you are dealing with a family that is rigid in their thinking, and they're not happy about you hooking. Yep, High Priestess, your gut is telling you the truth about what's going on. It's really jarring for you. It's kind of upsetting. For some of you, it might even be like a mother figure or a father figure that's really kind of like, suddenly you're like, what? This is how you feel? Like, you're in what? Chariot, but you're going to move on anyway, right? Your desire, listen, you're going to go forward and charge a new path, which this is really a shocking, you have tower energy here. This is a really shocking feeling for you, Aries. You're really kind of like, my God, I didn't realize that the people close to me, the people in my circle, the people in my family really felt this way, right? It's really beginning to tweak. And I'm going to say for some of you, even deeper than that, these realizations that you're having about some of the people that are very close to you, specifically some of your family members, or and when I say your family, your tribe, they may be your blood family or just people you consider family, people you consider close and family, right? Some of these revelations that are coming out is really starting to tweak you about things in the past, right? So some of you are starting to make some connections between dots of certain events that happened in your past, perhaps when you were younger, in this environment, in this family environment that you never really understood. You may have felt like, I don't understand why this had to go like this, or I don't understand what that went like that, and I don't understand like why Grandpappy is saying this when, you know what I mean? There's certain sort of, I'm going to say, family history that is beginning to start to sort of become clear to you. You're beginning to start to get a clarity over some things that probably has been following you for quite some time. This clarity is coming solely from within as you are observing their antics now that you're trying to hook up with your person. You have 1111 here, Four of Wands. This is a soulmate energy card. You clearly love the person you're trying to solidify your relationship with. So, and that's the only energy here from them. So this reading is very, very much not about you and your person. Your person and you are fine, and you're going to go ahead and do what you got to do. This is more, Aries, about a revelation happening in your life about the people closest to you, and how that revelation of who they truly are and some of their, I want to say, emotions and viewpoints, etc., finding out who they truly are. Wouldn't be surprised that Queen of Swords shows up. Finding out who they truly are is allowing you to suddenly understand a lot of things in your past that you were never able to get to the bottom of. And so therefore there's a healing process that's beginning. And there's the Queen of Wands. I said I couldn't. I was going to expect the Queen of Swords to come out, but Queen of Wands is doubling down. You are strong here. You've gone through a very Aries. This is an Aries who's really gone through a lot in their life with their family to begin with. Okay? You've already been through the fire several times with family members over other things, things that were to do with you and your choices and you know what I mean, in your life, and you made it and you survived and you proved people wrong, right? But this is now another, right? What's happening for you now is like another level in the understanding of who these people who are close to you are and who you are and how far you have really truly come. This is an intense read this week, Aries. If you resonate with this, there's may only just be one Aries out there who resonates with this, but it's a deep read for you. You're learning a lot about people. 9 of Wands, yup. Coming out of the forest, right? There's clarity coming in. And it's not like this lack of clarity like held you back or anything, but it's like the kind of clarity, for instance, where say for instance, here's an example of what I'm talking about. Say for instance, you're dealing with a family. There's all these family secrets and family history, right? And now you're starting to connect certain dots, right? But before now, you may have felt like the black sheep in the family. You may have felt like the only one in the family who's doing what you're doing. You may have felt like the only one that everybody picks on. Now, for instance, again, this is just an example of the type of familiar energy I'm feeling here. Now, as you begin to connect some dots, you may begin to realize, hang on a second, I wasn't the only one. You know, cousin so-and-so also had to go through the same stuff I went through. Or so-and-so also, you know what I mean? Or things were worse. Now I'm realizing things were actually worse because of this, right? So there's revelations that are coming out. That are, and I want to say that are understandings and aha moments that you're having within yourself as you reflect on the past with these people and as you are going currently through this very strange stage as a result of the person that you're trying to either marry, move in with, move on with. All right. So trust your gut. High Priestess is there. She very rarely shows up in my readings, so she shows up with power. She's there for a reason, strongly. Trust your gut. And don't, be like, listen, when you connect dots and they make perfect sense, trust that you have connected dots. Don't trust that you're, reaching a straw. You have legitimately connected dots. It's going to feel like a weight has lifted, Aries. It's going to feel like a weight has lifted. And it's definitely, as I said earlier, going to be the beginning of a process of healing that you almost didn't even know you needed because you didn't know all of these connections before. So it's like healing is coming in for things that you didn't even realize had been affecting you. Because the spirit knows, right? Your spirit knows what's affecting you. But sometimes, here in this embodiment of ourselves, right? We have this history of our lives. We don't have all the information. We know there's trauma there, but it's an example is someone who can't remember all the things that happened in their childhood, but they know they're traumatized, right? So that's an example of that. It's like realizing where certain trauma has come from, where certain sort of, I want to say, issues have come from, baggage, spirit of the Pegasus, spirit of the fog, yep, and spirit of St. Nicholas. So we have spirit of the Pegasus coming in, not as it seems, right? So that spirit is coming in where it's like, as outrageous as it may seem or magical or fantastical, right? Things have not been as they seemed. And as you get more information, things are going to come together and you're going to be like, wow, right? There's also unrealistic delusions, right? The spirit is coming in and I feel like it's coming in a way where the clarity is coming through. Spirit of the fog, unclear, reminding you, yes, that things have been unclear and dark and confusing. There's shadiness here. And also, as I say, as you're making these connections, trust me, these these people in your life, they're still continuing to spread spirit of the fog energy. They're still continuing to be shady, to be false, to try to confuse you. But they can't hide their feelings. And again, this all comes back to this relationship you have, this person in your life that you love and want to be with, that almost shows up as being incidental. You can see even in the energy and the coloring of the cards, this golden light from this person. It's the only card really besides yourself over here. It's almost incidental, but by virtue of you being with this person that you love so much, there is this issue coming up. And it may not have ever even come up had you not hooked up with somebody that is, excuse me, causing this kerfuffle amongst, your family and friends. A spirit of Saint Nicholas. Let's get that one. All right. So gifts, generosity, assistance. Okay. Not only, and let us be reminded that spirit of Saint Nicholas is not only about material gifts. All right. It's also about blessings that come in, the blessings, assistance that comes in. There's assistance here. There are blessings here. There are gifts coming here in the form of clarity, new understanding. This is an excellent reading, so I'm going to leave it at that, Aries. There's not much more I can say about this one. This one is a good one. I have to take another sip of my water. I'm going to take a sip of tea on that one, too. Take a moment to meditate on those cards while I take my sip. Big learning curve for Aries, specifically learning about who they are, where they come from, their true history in many ways, and who the people are close to them in their lives, who they really are. Okay, let's pull it up and get rid of these clarifiers, and we are going to go into the next and final sign for today's third episode of Friday Fire. And of course, that is going to be the sign of Sagittarius. All right, guys. So next Friday, I will be the fourth episode of Friday Fire. But next Friday, I will be airing the first of the love readings for each of the fire signs. So I'm going to get rid of Aries, move them to the side, and we're going to pull out that beautiful Sagittarius sign of the Archer. And take a moment, Sagittarius and cross watchers, please take a moment to just meditate on those cards. And while I shuffle your deck, beautiful Sagittarius. All of the signs are either beasts or humans, right? People, apart from Libra being the sign of the scales. But Sagittarius is the only half man, half beast sign in the zodiac. It's extremely unique. Let's get right into it. I want one more out of this. One more shuffle. All right. All right, there we go. Then Sunday we have the Love Struck series at 7 o'clock Sunday night, where I will be answering a question of the heart. That's my pick a card reading, the Love Struck reading every Sunday. And this week we're going to be answering the question, looking into answers for the question of why won't they talk? Why aren't they talking to me? These are questions from the heart. So check me out Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time. 6 of Cups, Moon energy, 8 of Pentacles, and the Sun. Wow. Okay, Sagittarius, love. Love, 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 old love. Love that is deep. Love that is very affectionate. Physical even can be, but deep affection coming in for you. There's Moon energy, 8 of Pentacles. Sagittarius, again, we go deeper and really flesh out this sort of message here. But right away, I see first of all, a lot of work, A lot of work. You're just plugging away. Boom, boom, boom. Every day. You're on the schedule. You're doing what you need to do. You're not taking days off or you're on your grind right now. Eight of Pentacles, again, eight being the number for power and strength in tarot. Eight of Pentacles, you're on your grind. You know what I mean? And that's always a beautiful thing for Sagittarius. And the sun is there for you. There's a lot of sort of room right now for you to sort of manifest, right? For you to manifest. The sun brings nurturing. You feel nurtured. You feel like, like the ground around you is fertilized and ready to sort of sprout everything that you're pouring into it. And so you're going through a strong period of manifesting, I'm going to say, right? Just pure manifestation through hard work, through the virtue of your hard work, the consistency. You're in a good space, and that love is there too. But the moon, okay, there's something unsure here. The moon energy is there. There's some feelings here that are unsure for you. We're going to pull more cards and find out. But then I want to say that moon energy is associated with the love connection. But let's see. Let's go further and see what kind of test does this moon have for our Sagittarius. Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Wow. Okay, so impacting your job. So bottom of the deck, here we go. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles has been showing up. Showing up for a lot of the readings lately. And I want to say, it's an energy of working a lot, juggling a lot. I feel like it's just a thing. Everybody's working, people I know, everybody's working, juggling, juggling home, juggling family, juggling school, juggling children, like everybody's, you know what I mean? People, you're lucky if you're making enough money to sort of right now to have everything covered, right? So everybody's got an extra job. Everybody's got extra responsibilities that they have to take care of. Some people are taking care of loved ones, elderly loved ones or parents. There's everybody is juggling. And so we have that energy coming up for a lot of the readings. But I want to say right now, this has been you very much like, I'm going to say like Leo, Sagittarius. You've been going through a very new period. You have to, Page energy, a lot of new. You've been you may have started a new job, or you may have gone back to a job with a new renewed sense of vigor and vitality. You've got a new sense of confidence coming in. Right. And so this is when I say new, I mean new. Right. So sometimes it's like, oh, your confidence has come back. OK, that's confidence about things you were confident about before. New confidence. You're newly confident about new things coming in. You suddenly see yourself with new abilities and new strengths. Right. And you're beginning to increase your capacity for your confidence, your self-esteem. You're beginning to believe that you're able to do new things, more things than you did before. And this is all coming out of a lot of this work. You're looking at the work that you're doing right now, and you're also kind of like, okay, is this where I want to be? How do I tweak it? So this is a strong kind of, that's your energy that you're in right now, Sagittarius. Now, the only place in your life where you are unsure, or where you are not sort of like, boom, committed, knowing what you're doing on top, like in charge, is a love connection, strong one. Lover's energy, Six of Cups, that comes in that you're just not sure about. You're not sure if this person is for you. I want to say that for some of you, this person is in the past. And right now, it's not even like you're not around them. You're not really engaging with them. You're not seeing them, but they're on your mind. And they're the only area in your life right now where you just don't feel like you have any control. You don't have much control over your feelings. You're not really sure what your feelings are. You're not really sure what your feelings should be. It's all very sort of not murky, but unclear. Okay, unclear. There's love there. The one thing you are sure of is that there's a feeling of love, but you're just not sure if that love is coming from a place of where that love is coming from necessarily. Is it pure? Is it because you think you still love them? Is it just the attraction that makes you feel like that? You know what I mean? So yeah, you can feel like you love somebody, but sometimes you wonder why. This flip, Two of Swords, there's a decision to make, and you're just unable to make it. I'm going to say that this is definitely a connection that is right now not active, right? It's not an active connection. For some of you, it's going to be a long lost connection, an ex connection, right? Previous or long time ago, could be many years, could be several months ago, but you haven't made the decision yet to sort of say goodbye for sure. Two of Wands, yeah, but you want to move towards something, and King of Wands is there. You're trying to move towards something though. You want to shift. It's like you either want to be done thinking about this, or you want to be able to get on with it, right? But you're not sure which way to go on that. Moon energy, Tower, yeah. Things, there's a big change coming. One more, give me one more. Five of Cups, yeah. Big change. So, for some of you, Sagittarius, this feeling is like, damn, okay, I don't know which way to go. I'm doing really well right now. My money's good. I'm working hard. I'm getting everything. I'm manifesting. You know what I mean? I'm on my grind, right? But I'm still thinking about this person. What do I do? Do I cut them completely off? Do I leave a door open? I don't know how I feel. I know that I'm trying to work towards something though. At the same time, you have a lot of ambition right now. I'm not entirely sure that in the long run, you see this person even fitting into your life because of all the work you're doing right now. Your ambition, how you see yourself, what you're trying to build for yourself is very big, Sagittarius. As usual, it's very expansive. And you're right now, this connection, lover's connection, you're not entirely sure if they're going to, in the long term, now this is a side message here for somebody, in the long term, you're not like sure if they're even going to fit. You care for them, you're still interested, the door is still open, but part of you is like, maybe I should not ever, maybe I shouldn't re-engage, or maybe I should shut that door, because ultimately where I'm going, I know they can't follow with me anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like a very confusing time emotionally for you as far as this one issue is concerned. And it's quite interesting because in every other area of your life, you're on top of things. Now, there is Tower energy there. Take a look at this tarot card. I love this tarot card. It's strong and letting you know that, listen, everything you think you knew, you don't. So there's something coming in for you. You don't know what's going on. And yet at the same time, you know that there's, you know what I mean? You know that there's things you don't know, things you can't see. And so you don't trust your emotions. But there's something that's going to come in over this next period, Sagittarius, that's going to shake that all up. Right? And it may even help you shut the door on them, because we have Five of Cups here with that Tower. It may be that you find out some information later on that finally puts the kibosh on this connection, that makes you finally be able to cut and say, nope, yes, now I know how I feel. I don't want them. You know what I mean? Now I know how I feel, right? I don't want that anymore. Let's get some oracles. I feel like the information is going to come in. It's going to rock you. And you're going to be like, oh, okay. You might mourn that connection. You might mourn, that it's finally done. But I think you'll be, for some of you, you'll be very happy for that. Now, for some of you, it could very well be that this new information comes in and really does show you that there should be a door open for this person, that there is a destiny here or a fatedness to this relationship. But I don't know. I'm not feeling that. I'm going to be honest. Mirror spirit, spirit of the pentacle, and spirit of the past, old flame. See what I'm saying? That's what this is all about. It's an old flame, and it's still hot. You're still feeling like, oh, okay, there we go. Can we get it? You're still feeling like you want it, right? Like it's there for you. You're aching for it, but you're not entirely sure, right? You're not entirely sure if it's worth it. It's nostalgic. Sometimes when you think about ex-lovers, it's like, damn, that was good. But it's like, it always, when you look back, it's the nostalgia of it. You're only thinking about the sweet stuff. When you begin to think about all the reasons why you're not with that person anymore, it's not so, it's not such a huge turn on anymore, right? So it's just by virtue of the way we look at our past, and so this is what you're grappling with. But you have Spirit of the Pentacle, faith, unity, wholeness. All right. So there's a wholeness that needs to come in. This is too dark. It's not gonna. I need a new camera. I need like one of those fancy cameras. Spirit of the Pentacle. Yeah, there is a wholeness that you're searching for. I'm gonna say, and that spirit is going to help you sort of veer you into the right way, a right decision for you, right? I can't tell you what that is. Tarot can't tell you the right decision to make. It can just give you sort of outliers energies, and you make the right decision. But I will say this, Sagittarius, this sense of wholeness that you're already working towards through all of this other physical work that you're doing, activity that you're doing, is going to sort of weigh the heaviest on your mind in terms of making your decisions of to go back to this old flame, to reignite this old flame, or to maybe finally put it to bed. Again, there's information and activity coming in that you become aware of or that you are involved in. Excuse me, Sagittarius, that helps you make this decision, and that could go either way. For some of you, it's going to help you finally close the door. For some of you, it's going to blow the door wide open. Mirror spirit is their vanity, all right? So there's a sense of ego play there. There's vanity, be careful, right? With this energy, mirror spirit is definitely a warning card that, you may be trying to see yourself in another person. You may be, thinking that they are able to do what you're able to do. You've changed yourself. You've worked hard, so they should have. You know what I mean? There's like they want me also in terms of all of this work that you've put in. Sometimes that vanity, you like the fact that somebody's beginning to look at you again, Sagittarius. It could be that you're enjoying that sort of attention, but remember, if there was a toxicity here, if there was a reason why this isn't still here, that attention you're getting is only bringing you back into that toxic space. And so the vanity, that mirror spirit is something is warning you, don't get involved in situations just for the sake of that vanity, that attention that you're getting, that vindication. Sometimes it's like they broke up with you and now they want you back, and you're like, you like to play with that because it makes you feel good. You want to take care with that energy. That's a toxic energy, all right? And so mirror spirit is there. That energy is there. Watch out for that. Allow the Spirit of the Pentacle of wholeness, unity, and faith. Allow the virtuous sort of energies in your life to keep you on the track of where you're making decisions that are good for you, Sagittarius, that are positive for you, that support you, because right now you are in a huge, as I said, manifesting stage. You are in a stage now where you are laying the groundwork and putting the effort and the work in for big sort of, I want to say, blessing to come in, manifestation of your goals to come in, especially in your career. Those of you who are working hard in your career, in your business, whatever it is you do on a day-to-day, your purpose, your art, you're putting a lot of time into that right now. And so that's of the utmost importance to remain sort of true to that goal and not to be pulled away from some of this energy here where you're just kind of caught up in a little bit of nostalgia. You're just a little bit caught up in the thought of, might be nice to be back with this person, especially now that you're doing so much better also, right? All right, guys, I am going to leave it at that. This is your reading, Sagittarius. And this is the last fire sign reading for the third episode of Friday Fire. Take a moment to look at the cards, look at the symbols and the images, and pull from it what you can, what is good for you, what speaks to you as your weekly totem or talisman that will remind you to, when you see or think or it comes into your consciousness, to remind you, just take a moment, take a breath, be still, be in the moment of life that you're living so that you can make the right decisions for you. All right, guys. So thank you once again. Thank you for joining me, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Please join me next week, next Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for episode 4 of Friday Fire. Join me next week in the evening starting 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the individual love readings for the various signs. And of course, Sunday night we have Love Struck, pick a card reading to answer why are they not talking. And then Monday night, of course, at 4 o'clock or Monday late afternoon, toxic love, where I read for 3 signs and we do 3 shadow readings about looking into the surrounding energies of their toxic relationships currently in their lives. Okay, guys, so a full week of live streams and tarot readings. Do check back. And this is it. Thank you so much, everyone. I wish you a wonderful week. I wish you love, life, and happiness. I hope to see you next week in your readings. Bye bye now.